I think we need more homes for everyone, period. So whatever can be aided in helping other people rent here, that's what we need.
BC's new short-term rental rules are now in effect, meaning that if anyone wants to have a listing on a site like Air BNB or Vrbo, they'll only be able to host in their own home, a secondary suite, or an additional unit like a laneway house on the same property. Now, the BC government announced these rules back in the fall, saying it would kind of bring all these short-term rental units back to the long-term rental market, providing more homes for British Columbians during a housing crisis.
Just the fact that there's so many people in need of rentals and they're being forced into this ridiculously expensive rental market, and I think it's because people are wanting to get more money because they can off these Airbnbs.
It sounds like it's unnecessary, but maybe it'll help balance off like what the rental market is. I don't know if that helps. That's cool.
I think it's a good idea in principle. It's how it works out. People who want to rent their Airbnb short-term, very short-term rental will find ways, I think, and so that's the trick.
Starting May 1st, a legal short-term rental will have to display a valid business license, but only in places where the government requires it. Breaking the rules could cost a host from anywhere between $500 to $5,000 a day per infraction. But an Airbnb spokesperson tells City News BC's new rules won't have the kind of impact the government is hoping to see on the housing market, and instead will impact hosts and guests.
There were some people who had family properties that they used on an occasional basis will no longer be able to operate the same way as they had. In addition, this 90-night definition for short-term rentals will really impact people who are moving or renovating or looking for a place to stay for a month or 2 months while they're working in the film industry or in the healthcare profession. And those are going to be the struggles that hosts and guests are going to experience over the next little while.
About 19,000 homes in BC are being listed as short-term rentals for the majority of the year, according to Air DNA last month, which looks at short-term rental data. It'll be up to local governments to enforce short-term rentals, and a new rental data portal will allow them to make sites take down illegal listings.
I think it's a long time coming. I think we have a severe housing shortage, and there's been a misuse of housing. People aren't running their personal hotels.
In Vancouver, Kier Junos, City News.